built some big businesses, boosted with government contracts, while their bromance has benefited both of them.
As you can see, I'm not just MAGA, I'm dark MAGA.
He is a truly incredible guy, and I don't say that often.
There's a lot of people out there who need to vote for President Trump.
Let me tell you, we have a new star. A star is born, Elon.
A star is born and growing his fortune. Did Trump's win make Musk say millions? A billion? Way more. Musk richer by many tens of billions of dollars because the markets view Musk's government alliance as beneficial to the companies from space to cars. It's a story of profitable lobbying and deal-making that Musk tries to hide behind this whole fiction that he's an independent, anti-government sort of libertarian. It's a tech version of the wizard hiding behind the curtain, to cite another movie riding a craze right now. And it's that kind of sleight of hand which can lead Musk, an unelected insider taking this government post, to attack unelected insiders. He's now criticizing, quote, unelected bureaucrats and unelected civil servants for their powers. He claims this is anti-democratic in a new piece in the Trump-friendly Journal, when he is, of course, the unelected appointee. Musk is smart. He knows he's unelected. If some will call him on this new hypocrisy, he can just say he was trolling. But for others, the tricks, the distractions, the hiding, it all can work, just as it did in the Coliseum. Is there any other path here, a yellow brick road to freedom from these capitalist tyrants, as it were? Well, there may be answers from our next guest, who, I should tell you, suggested both of these film references in his new Elon Musk analysis. We're joined by Obama campaign veteran and friend of the beat, Jay Komanduri. Welcome. I quoted your film comparisons. Explain.
Yeah, I mean, to think about it, Elon Musk is very much the man behind the curtain, except he's very much in front of the curtain. He is dancing and prancing in front of the curtain. And Trump 2.0 is very much looking like Elon Musk 1.0. He has taken over Trump and MAGA and the Republican Party in a manner that is very similar to the way Trump and MAGA took over the Republican Party 8-10 years ago. And what Musk did here was he kind of saw a very clear investment opportunity. The Republican Party is led by an elderly man who is increasingly deluded, distracted, and extremely greedy. He saw an opportunity here also with the fact that there is no clear MAGA successor. And he said, the Republican Party is there for the taking. I just have to do a deal with Trump, and then it's going to be mine. And that is exactly what has occurred here. Elon Musk owns the Republican Party in the way that Donald Trump owned the Republican Party 10 years ago.
It's, you know, you make such an interesting point, and you drew our attention to something people vaguely know but don't realize the extent to which he is a government-related business titan. And I'm not taking away from his accomplishments. If you read the Isaacson biography, he's got an interesting career. But look at his federal contracts, right? It's not one or two. It's sort of a who's who of federal agencies. Look at the investigations into his companies, though, and you see that it works both ways. Justice, labor, transportation have looked into his practices. And so then you have a quote given to ABC News about his overlord status. If you're on the wrong side of these votes, you're buying yourself a primary, and Elon Musk is going to finance it. That's a Trump aid. How is this not a concerning kleptocratic shakedown?
Oh, it should be extremely concerning. I mean, we live in we are living, as Bernie Sanders would say, increasingly an oligarchy, and the oligarch is Elon Musk, the world's richest man. I mean, just look at what happened with this Department of Government Efficiency called Doge. If people don't know this, Dogecoin is a cryptocurrency that Elon Musk has heavily promoted. He has done it over the years. It started kind of as a joke, but he saw that the more he promoted it, the more its value increased. It is now worth about $55 billion thanks to Elon Musk's promotion. And it is widely believed that Elon Musk is a huge investor in this Dogecoin.
And just to jump in, because some of this stuff sounds so new, they're naming the Trump Government Oversight Board after this. So in a way, although it's a new brand, it's no different, according to what you're saying, Che, than naming
You're
something the Exxon division of the government or the Coca-Cola division, which would seem like an unfair government boost or even quid pro quo corruption.
Exactly. I mean, it would be like having the Exxon division of the government with Rex Tillerson in charge of it and him still being the largest CEO and shareholder in Exxon and making money every single time, basically, Exxon was mentioned in the news. I mean, that is what Elon Musk is doing. He is basically using this all as a massive financial grift for himself. And to think about this in Wizard of Oz terms, I mean, we talk about how smart Elon Musk is, how he's a tremendous engineer of genius, and I don't take that away from him. He has a brain. He has courage. I think you have to have courage to dance around on stage like he does. But he doesn't have a heart. What Elon Musk believes is what is in his own direct self-interest is in everybody's interest. He cannot understand that what is in the best interest of the country is not something that does not personally benefit him. He is massively selfish, and we are all going to be paying the wages of his selfishness for the years to come.
And Che, I know there was some character in that production who said we're not in South Africa anymore.
No, we're not. Although I think it's very unfortunate if you look at some of Musk's background and history. He appears to be taking us to a part of that past that I think is very regrettable.
But I was making the Kansas reference.
Yes, I do. I understand.
You got it.
That, yes.
I thought you got it.
Yes, I got it.
So your lack of laughter was just because it wasn't very funny.
No. I just, I get very worked up and emotional about Elon Musk and about the fact that working class people voted for Trump because they thought that he would be good for them and good for their interests. And the reality is Elon Musk and Donald Trump have fooled them. They are doing something that is good for Elon Musk, but not good for them.
Yeah, and I think your points about oligarchy, about the distractions matter, and the election's over. So we're back to governing and oversight and dealing with it, and there's a lot to deal with here. Che Komanduri, thank you.
Thank you.
Coming up on this special edition of The Beat, Microsoft visionary Steve Ballmer on the future of big tech and why he's fighting for facts and against disinformation. And then Lin-Manuel Miranda talking about the Obamas and the Hamilton effect and some ideas about how to stay positive. Stay with us.
If you're living with HIV, imagine being good to go without daily HIV pills. Good to go binge watch. Good to go out even later. With Cabenuva, there's no pausing for daily HIV pills. For adults who are undetectable, Cabenuva is the only complete, long-acting HIV treatment you can get every other month. It's 2 injections from a healthcare provider, as few as 6 times a year. Don't take Cabenuva if allergic to its ingredients or taking certain medicines that may interact. Serious side effects include allergic reactions or rash, post-injection reactions, liver problems, and depression. If these occur, get medical help right away. Tell your doctor about your medicines or supplements, medical conditions, liver or kidney problems, mental health, pregnancy, and breastfeeding. The most common side effect is injection site reaction. With Cabenuva, you're good to go without daily HIV pills. Talk to your doctor about switching.
Do I smell okay? Why are you shimmying?
Oh, Unstoppables now has odor blocker.
So I'll feel fresh all day, even after a red eye.
Yeah, we all use Unstoppables.
Looks like he does too.
Smell unstoppable.
For more than a decade, Farxiga has been trusted again and again and again.
Farxiga.
Ask your doctor about Farxiga.
I've been warned by celebrities, athletes, and world leaders, but I've always felt most comfortable up here.
I have some really encouraging news that you'll definitely want to hear. Depending on the plans available in your area, you may be eligible to get extra benefits with the Humana Medicare Advantage Dual Eligible Special Needs Plan. Most plans include the Humana Healthy Options Allowance, a monthly allowance to help pay for eligible groceries, utilities, rent, and over-the-counter items. The Healthy Options Allowance is loaded onto a prepaid card each month, and whatever you don't spend carries over from each month. Plus, your doctor, hospital, and pharmacy may already be part of our large Humana networks. So call the number on your screen now and ask about a Humana Medicare Advantage Dual Eligible Special Needs Plan. And remember, annual enrollment ends on December 7th. Humana, a more human way to healthcare.
We need a small business loan, fast.
I got this.
Loan Falcon!
There's a better way to get a fast small business loan. Go to OnDeck.com, and if approved, get your funds as soon as the same day. Your loan is on deck.
My doctor told me I needed to start prioritizing my liver health.
Dose for Your Liver is a clinically backed supplement that supports healthy liver function.
My stomach feels a lot better.
He has more energy, he sees his grandkids more.
Start your liver health journey today at dosedaily.co.
Untuck It makes every guy look better. From tall to short, from big to slim. From our iconic button-downs for all shapes and sizes to a whole lot more. Try us today. Untuck It. We just make guys look better. Oh, and we make great styles for her, too. Find the perfect gifts at untuckit.com in more than 80 stores worldwide.
The government thought that showing the world separations, they would scare people that were attempting to come from coming.
It troubles me profoundly that it could happen again.
Stay informed on the biggest issues of the day. MSNBC has you covered wherever you are. Watch, read, and listen. For the in-depth coverage and analysis you need, stay with MSNBC.
The corporations that are right now responsible for America's greatest wealth and the hottest debates over truth are tech companies. That includes Microsoft, which is now driving AI through the company's ancillary group OpenAI, which does ChatGPT. And Steve Ballmer was its legendary CEO, current owner of the LA Clippers. He has over $100 billion in wealth, making him the 7th richest person in the whole world. He is a visionary on tech and business and is now spending some of that money on a new project to advance facts. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Ari. My pleasure.
Really excited to talk to you about a lot of things, and there's so much that you're involved with. But let's start with USA Facts, which is an organization that is about facts. We're going to show some of what you're doing. But first, tell us why, with all of your experience in tech and candidly billions of dollars, you want to engage on facts and truth in the discourse right now.
When I retired from Microsoft, my wife said, "Come on, you're gonna work with me now on our family philanthropy, which is focused in on economic mobility, kids who might not have a shot, let's say, at the American dream by virtue of their circumstance of birth. So how do you help those kids?" And I said to my wife, "Oh, that's what our tax dollars help with. We don't really need to do much." I'm working with my wife on that challenge, but I also wanted to prove to myself a little bit, maybe I was right. So I tried to go really find out who pays taxes,
You said someday people will talk to their computers instead of typing on them. With improvements in artificial intelligence, future computers will handle those kind of tasks with ease. And you really talked about this integrating into our lives in ways which became true. My final soundbite isn't from just the facts. It's something we put together of looking at you over the years. Take a look.
All right.
We want the very brightest people we can find who care. The kind of people who really sort of wrap their mind around whatever they're doing and they get involved.
I want to hear some enthusiasm for $4.6 billion. We're working on a next generation platform that we call .NET, but it's really centered in the next generation internet technology known as XML.
What have you learned looking back on that success?
I would certainly say to that guy, keep up the energy and passion. Colin Powell wrote a book once, and he said, optimism is a force multiplier. And I know some of the speeches that you put out there, look, people aren't going to remember the specifics of what I said. They're going to remember what the attitude was. Can we win? Will the future happen? Can we do this? So I would tell the guy, you're kind of right on that.
Steve Ballmer, you got a ton going on. I appreciate you coming by the beat.
My pleasure, Ari. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. What's it like to perform for the Obamas at the White House? Well, Lin-Manuel Miranda will tell us. Our special interview, Hamilton, Broadway, and the power of political art.
I'll be honest. By the end of the day, my floors, yeesh. But who has the time to clean? That's why I love my Swiffer WetJet. It's a quick and easy way to get my floors clean. WetJet absorbs and locks grime deep inside. Look at that. Swiffer WetJet.
When I was diagnosed with HIV, I didn't know who I would be.
But here I am, being me.
Keep being you and ask your healthcare provider about the #1 prescribed HIV treatment, Biktarvy.
Biktarvy is a complete one-pill, once-a-day treatment used for HIV in many people, whether you're 18 or 80. With one small pill, Biktarvy fights HIV to help you get to undetectable and stay there, whether you're just starting or replacing your current treatment. Research shows that taking HIV treatment as prescribed and getting to and staying undetectable prevents transmitting HIV through sex. Serious side effects can occur, including kidney problems and kidney failure. Rare, life-threatening side effects include a buildup of lactic acid and liver problems. Don't take Biktarvy if you take dofetilide or rifampin. Tell your healthcare provider about all the medicines and supplements you take. If you are pregnant or breastfeeding or have kidney or liver problems. If you have hepatitis B, don't stop taking Biktarvy without talking to your healthcare provider. Common side effects were diarrhea, nausea, and headache.
No matter where life takes you, Biktarvy can go with you. Talk to your healthcare provider today.
Ooh, stuffed up again?
So congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Just Sinex? Breathe. What is... Wow. Sinex? Breathe. Ah.
For more than a decade, Farxiga has been trusted again and again and again.
Farxiga.
Ask your doctor about Farxiga.
Deck the turkey with gravy and fixings. Follow.
Great EKG in just 30 seconds from anywhere. KardioMobile is proven to detect atrial fibrillation, one of the leading causes of stroke. And it's the only personal EKG that's FDA cleared to detect normal heart rhythm, bradycardia, and tachycardia.
How much do you think this device costs?
Probably $1,000.
$99.
Wow, that's impressive. Get KardioMobile today for just $79. And check out our Black Friday deals, which are here now at Kardia.com or Amazon. Don't wait, these offers won't last.
At Bombas, we dream of comfort and softness, which is why we make the best socks and slippers in the history of feet. Visit bombas.com and shop our big holiday sale.
Ooh, stuffed up again?
So congested.
You need Sinex saline from Vicks.
Just Sinex, breathe. What is... Wow. Sinex, breathe.
At Grainger, we know dealing with the unexpected is part of your job description. And you made a promise to keep the line running, to power through the downpour, to be the one who always gets it done. And our promise is to help you do it with professional-grade supplies for every industry, plus same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. Because you can't predict the future, but with the right partner, you can be prepared for it. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The only thing I don't like about payday is waiting for it. Chime lets you get up to $500 of your pay whenever you need it. There's no interest, no credit checks, no mandatory fees. I'm not waiting for payday anymore, and you shouldn't either. Join me at chime.com and get paid when you say.
Say goodbye to scooping this holiday season with Litter Robot, the highest-rated self-cleaning litter box that eliminates the chore of scooping while drastically reducing litter mess and odors, even in a multi-cat household. For a limited time, save up to $100 on Litter Robot bundles.
Immigration back in the spotlight as the incoming administration plans stricter policies. Others emphasize the widely known truth that America is literally a nation of immigrants. Even the founding fathers came here from other countries, like Alexander Hamilton, who was reintroduced to many through the hit musical by Lin-Manuel Miranda, bringing to life debates about immigrants, patriotism, money, and race that can still resonate a lot these days. Miranda's political poetry made its way from off-Broadway to the Obama White House to some of the largest stages and streaming platforms in the world. He's our guest right now. Making his Beat debut, we welcome Lin-Manuel Miranda. I'm going to tell you a little bit about something I was wrong about.
Oh.
Okay? Who am I? I'm just a lawyer and a journalist, just a person, right?
Your own show.
People started coming up to me for whatever reasons, because they know me a little bit, and saying, Ari, this was early days. Yeah. I think you were at the Public Theater where you opened, and I live in New York. Ari, you're a lawyer. You love rap. Mm-hmm. There's a hip-hop musical opera about the founding fathers. You got to see it. And I thought, that sounds really whack. Like, I was imagining, like a PBS, like, info telethon. Yeah. And it then became a thing you had to see. And then I got to see it when you were still performing it, right? Which is a kind of a Broadway miracle nowadays if you tell someone that. And it was so astounding. It was so different from the terrible pitch I'd heard.
Yeah.
And
it's a bad elevator pitch.
And the material you were working with was so different and dense and recondite in so many ways. And you did so many interesting things, which I believe is why, in my view, it resonated beyond just the people who like each of those component parts. Right. As you know, it became a sensation. And so we pulled some of the early bit together, including you going to a White House kind of poetry jam event.
Yeah.
I just want to show a little bit of that original moment early on, and then Michelle Obama later talking about it.
Sure. I'm thrilled the White House called me. Yeah, I'm the damn genius that shot him.
We were blown away. We were sitting there. There are probably shots of us sitting there with our mouths open going, who is this dude? What is he up to?
One last time. Teach him how to say goodbye. That was quite a journey.
What was
4 frames?
Well, yeah. I mean, what was the interplay, and what did it mean to get not only into the White House, but then have that reception then as an interplay with a show that was about the White House? It's about America.
Yeah, it's funny. I look back with such admiration to 2009 me, because at that moment, I only had the 16 bars about Hamilton. I hadn't even finished writing the chorus yet. I finished writing the chorus for the occasion of being invited to perform at the White House. And, you know, I had one musical under my belt in the Heights. They invited me to perform a number from that. But they said, unless you have anything about the American experience. And I was like, I have one thing about the American experience.
Because it was just that germ.
It was just, I had just started writing. And
amazing.
Again, like you hear, I introduce it as an album. It wasn't even a show yet in my head. And And so I'm sort of like amazed at the bravery of that 29-year-old me. And
You were 29 on that stage.
Yeah,
That's
you can
so
see
wild.
me stammering because, you know, I made the mistake of looking the president in the eye. I was like, that's too terrifying. And just looking around the room until I found my focus.
You use the Hamilton, the writing to completely meet people where they are. I mean, that's what I was in awe of the first time I saw it. If you come in cold, you get a great show.
Yeah.
If you like a lot of good art, if you learn and study and know a little more, you might get another leg.
Yeah, if you know about the Federalist Papers,
right?
That's like
and
an
another,
Easter egg.
and another. Yeah, and so I just have notes here on some of the ways you just touch on these references, right? Very early on, you have Prodigy, only 19, but my mind is older. The rap
favorites.
The cabinet rap battles are steeped in both the original oratory of that era and a link to hip hop. Biggie, you give much love to in many ways. Songs, references, spelling. Jay-Z is in there. Busta is in there melodically. Brandy and Monica are in there.
100%.
And so we made something for you. You've probably seen pieces of this. Okay. But you quote all of these greats, from the founding fathers to the greats of hip hop, to then build something else. Yeah. So you're quoting lyrics, fair?
100%.
Now, in politics,
it's so crazy.
Isn't it crazy? Everybody's quoting you. Some of these you might have seen.
I'm terrified of who's about to appear.
Let's take a look.
What was it that Lin-Manuel Miranda said? The room where it happens? Isn't it great to be in the room where it happens?
Why I'm not necessarily in the room where it happens.
And I think, by the way, for all of us, whether we're in the Senate or the governor's homes or whether the president himself, you think of the line from Hamilton, history has its eyes on you.
Ambassador, this is certainly the room where it happens.
This is the room where it happens.
Though we may not live to see the glory, as the song from the musical Hamilton goes, let us gladly join the fight.
And every little girl and boy in America is going to know anything and everything is possible, as the first black woman will be in the room where it happens in the U.S. Supreme Court.
It's pretty funny.
You created a language.
I anticipated, I hoped hip-hop fans would like it. I hope theater fans would like it. I did not anticipate how those in the halls of power would grab onto all of these songs about power. Because Room Where It Happens is, as you notice, the most quoted one. Yeah. And that's what everyone's trying to get into. And the fact that that song is about the deals that happen in the back room, and it's narrated by the one guy who wasn't in the room, I think really speaks to politicians, man. I mean, if you got Mitt Romney and Amy quoting it, like, that's pretty crazy.
So, funny question that I was thinking about. You know, we've had the opportunity here to talk to a lot of different people in the arts at different stages of their career. Adversity, darkness, sadness, loss, these are big themes. Sure. Your art, I don't know you as a person personally, but your art is so positive and hopeful.
I mean, everyone in Hamilton dies, Ari. I don't know. I mean, it depends on how you watch it.
Well, that's the story. But again, if you went, I could argue that with you. If you went grading on the curve of how that story has been told, which I alluded to earlier, to how you tell it, I would say that's one of the more positive versions, glosses on the stuff you're dealing with of all of the canon of hundreds of years. And then, of course, organically or otherwise, you can tell us how it happens. You end up being pulled into more children's stories, more Disney of a largely positive nature. They deal with serious themes, but I'm curious, artistically, is that positivity a product of your natural state, your goals, or you don't even notice it?
I think that, well, I think we unconsciously make, you know, I think I'm in the arts because as much as my parents didn't want me to be in the arts, they loved the arts. And by their love of the arts, they showed me something I really wanted to do. And my dad, as a kid, took me to every action movie and every musical. His favorite movies are like Total Recall and The Unsinkable Molly Brown. And my mother loves every sad, intense, depressing. She took me to Last Tango in Paris and Schindler's List. And so I think unconsciously, I'm always trying to make the thing that both my parents will like. So
really?
We're gonna sing, we're gonna dance, we're gonna have a good time, but you will think about mortality and you will be crying by the end of it.
we'll get into Warriors like this. You have so many different choices. So when you make choices that are considered unusual, or some would say odd, or of all the things, that thing, this might be in that category. Maybe that makes it even better.
Yeah.
But tell us about that.
Sure. I mean, I think that when it comes to writing something like an original score, like Issa Davis, my co-writer, and I did for this album, you have to go with the ideas that don't leave you alone, because they've got to sustain you. So if they're raising their hand in your head and going like, hey, that movie you saw when you were 4, like, it's your Roman Empire, and you should probably do something with it instead of just watching it a lot.
So from your personal obsession, not, oh, everyone would love this, hopefully they do, but more like, you got to write
exactly.
about this.
Like, I mean, yeah, I think everyone starts with, if I think there's something here, hopefully someone else out there, it resonates with them.
We could do a little Trivial Pursuit. Maybe someday this will be an actual Trivial Pursuit question, because I was writing this down.
I love to be in arts and entertainment.
Right?
Yeah.
What do these people have in common? Billy Porter, Ghostface Killah, Cameron, Busta Rhymes, Nas, and Lauryn Hill.
They're all on Warriors on our concept.
Wild, right?
Yeah, it's quite the Mad Libs. But I think that was the fun for Issa and I, was taking this iconic movie that has been referenced so much in hip hop culture and global culture, and you know, it was set in 1979, and really using that era of New York as our musical playground and landscape. And again, because there's so many characters and so many gangs in that movie, we get to play with, all right, what's the best energy for 96th Street? What's the best energy for the South Bronx? And that's a really fun assignment if you're a New Yorker.
Before we let you get out of here, we'd like to do a lightning round.
Okay.
It's in a word or a sentence.
Got it.
The Warriors.
Bronx to Coney, get home alive.
Hamilton the man.
Relentless, nonstop.
Hamilton the play.
Relentless, toe tapping.
Broadway or film?
Broadway.
Writing or singing?
Writing.
Journalism or history?
Journalism.
Puerto Rico or New York?
New York.
Art or truth?
Can it be both?
All right, this is the last one. Disney or Disney?
Well, I think our corporate overlords know the answer to that one.
I was thinking about these for you, specifically for you, and then as I went, I was like, they got more and more like to become a self-parody, so I wanted to end there. A real one, best advice you've ever gotten?
My mom, I think, saw my artistic tendencies really early and hit me with, it's all grist for the mill, when I was really, really young. So when I was going through really hard times, if I was in agony, if I was miserable, she would go, it's grist for the mill. You want to be a writer, right? You're going to need to use this someday. So don't shut down. Remember what this feels like, because you'll need it later. And in that kind of created the recorder in my brain. And I think inadvertently created an artist with that advice.
I'll tell you what my mom said.
What?
And my mom's extraordinary. Life is never about what happens to you. It's only about what you do with it.
It's good.
And it's hard, because hard things happen, but when you're young, when you at least get the hope of that, some days you don't maybe get to live up to that.
Yeah.
But the hope of that means at least the next day or the third day you wake up and go, wait a minute, okay, what are we going to do here? Which is hard. Best advice you've ever given?
Oh, man, best advice I've ever given. I mean, I try to pass my mom's on advice. Well, I guess, I think...
No, you need to do your own writing,
I think that,
Lynn. You need to come up with your own stuff.
I think the thing I tell writers a lot is, what is the story that only you can tell? You're going to chase your heroes, and your early work is going to sound like the people you like and you are imitating consciously or unconsciously. But eventually, you'll bring all of yourself to your work, and that's what you really sound like.
Final 3. Failure means?
Failure means not getting back up.
Success means?
Success means the luxury of doing what you love.
Being a maverick means?
Doing what you love, even if everyone thinks it's a terrible elevator pitch.
Lin-Manuel Miranda, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it. Check it out, The Warriors. Still ahead, our MSNBC video special report on how you can actually make sense of what we've been living through and what's next, and this turbulent year in politics. Stay with us.
People love to find me, but me, I love finding the perfect gift. Like for my friend Wenda, who loves coffee. Or my neighbor, who's become surprisingly flexible. Or my dog, Woof, who may look little, but he eats big.
Gifts delivered on time or your money back. Etsy has it.
Dad, I got a huge barbecue wing stain. This bottle says I need a pre-treat. That stuff has way more water. A little bit of Tide goes a long way. So you can save your shirt and maybe even a little money. More money for nights at the library. Right.
For a better clean with less, it's got to be Tide.
Audiences are loving Red One and calling it a blast for the whole family.
Now we're talking.
It's one of the best Christmas films ever and a must-watch to kick off the festive season.
We're coming at you.
Red One, rated PG-13, now playing.
Sometimes Jonah wrestles with falling asleep, so he takes ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, and wakes up feeling like himself. Get the rest to be your best with non-habit-forming ZzzQuil. Better days start with ZzzQuil nights.
I've been warned by celebrities, athletes, and world leaders. But I've always felt most comfortable up here with the folks that made me who I am. I'm right at home out here on the land. And I'm in my lane on the shoulder of the interstate. Because this is where I come from. I've been showing up here for nearly 200 years, and I can't wait to see what's next.
Hats off to the future.
Nothing runs like a deer.
If you're living with HIV, imagine being good to go without daily HIV pills. Good to go binge watch. Good to go out even later. With Cabenuva, there's no pausing for daily HIV pills. For adults who are undetectable, Cabenuva is the only complete, long-acting HIV treatment you can get every other month. It's 2 injections from a healthcare provider, as few as 6 times a year. Don't take Cabenuva if allergic to its ingredients or taking certain medicines that may interact. Serious side effects include allergic reactions or rash, post-injection reactions, liver problems, and depression. If these occur, get medical help right away. Tell your doctor about your medicines or supplements, medical conditions, liver or kidney problems, mental health, pregnancy, and breastfeeding. The most common side effect is injection site reaction. With Cabenuva, you're good to go without daily HIV pills. Talk to your doctor about switching.
Sometimes you just need a moment. Self-care has never been this easy. Gummy vitamins from Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand.
I feel like new sunglasses, like a brand new pair of jeans. Brand new.
Book Celebrity Cruises Black Friday event today.
Do your dry eyes still feel gritty, rough, or tired? With MyBo, eyes can feel MyBo. MyBo is the only prescription dry eye drop that forms a protective layer for the #1 cause of dry eye, too much tear evaporation. For relief, that's MyBo. Remove contact lenses before using MyBo.
Being a coup.
No. If I didn't show up for a subpoena, they would throw my black gay ass under the jail immediately.
They put me in handcuffs. They bring me here. They put me in leg irons.
Navarro was sentenced to 4 months in prison.
If they can come for me, and if they can come for Donald Trump, be careful. They will come for you.
They're refusing to leave peacefully through January 6th.
You're trying to get me to hate on President Trump.
Not hate on, I'm talking about what happened. Fact check false. That's fact check false.
It's very simple. President Trump has said he has nothing to do with Project 2025.
Project 2025 has absolutely nothing to do with the past, present, or future.
We had a street fight this past week.
And how did it work out?
How you think, Mr. President?
I think he probably did pretty good.
Do doubts remain about the president's age? Yeah.
I work with Joe Biden every day. Absolutely authoritative in rooms.
There are some troubling numbers here if you're Joe Biden.
Are you prepared to be commander-in-chief?
Yes, I am.
He is old.
I'm ready if necessary.
Age is an issue. Ageism is an issue.
We need help. I'm not sugarcoating this thing at all.
The total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
Joe Biden lost the debate. And the larger question is whether he lost the room.
It's kind of a DEFCON 1 moment.
It was a slow start. There's no question about that. But I thought it was a strong finish. Of the two people on that debate stage, only one of them has the endorsement of his vice president. And let's not forget that. Let's not forget that.
We have breaking news here. President Biden has announced he will stand down from the race.
The best way forward is to pass the torch to a new generation.
It's an incredibly important decision and difficult decision that he made for the country.
Terminate the Constitution of the United States of America.
But if you want a president who will do whatever it takes to protect you,
should never again stand behind the seal of the President of the United States.
My palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy.
The race for the White House now in its final hours.
Decision 2024 starts right now.
There's a lot of red on that map.
Pennsylvania becomes an absolute must for Democrats.
A lot of deep, deep concerns among Democrats.
he has now topped that magic number of 270 Electoral College votes.
The greatest political movement of all time.
The biggest political phoenix from the ashes story.
While I concede this election,
It's an unprecedented and powerful mandate.
I do not concede the fight that fueled this campaign.
I assure you, this is still a democracy, and we can still have a conversation and decide on what comes next together.
We do not only work for our country and for our democracy in elections. We work for our country and for our democracy against anyone, anywhere, anytime who seeks to do it harm. And so there's a lot to do.
There's a lot going on, but you can always connect with me at Ari Melber on social media, on any of these platforms if you use them, at Ari Melber. That does it for us. Keep it locked right here on MSNBC.
Sometimes Jonah wrestles with falling asleep, so he takes ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, and wakes up feeling like himself. Get the rest to be your best with non-habit-forming ZzzQuil. Better days start with ZzzQuil Nights.
Do you like it hard or soft? We at Pretzels.com freshly bake hard and soft pretzels that make awesome holiday gifts. Join over 212,000 happy customers already obsessed with our 45 chef-crafted varieties only at Pretzels.com.
As a cardiologist, when I put my patients on a statin to reduce cholesterol, I also tell them it can deplete their CoQ10 levels. I recommend taking Cunol CoQ10. Cunol has 3 times better absorption than regular CoQ10. Cunol, the brand I trust.
Hey, grab more delectables. You know, that lickable cat treat.
Delickable delectables.
Yes. Just hurry.
Must be delicious.
Delectables, lickable treat. Deliciously delickable delectables.
Introducing new Oroxon Gel, the first FDA-cleared ED treatment available without a prescription. Oroxon Gel is clinically proven to work within 10 minutes, so you and your partner can experience the heights of intimacy. New Oroxon ED Treatment Gel.
You know, when I take the bike out like this, all my stresses just melt away.
I hear that. This bad boy can fix anything.
Yep, tough day at work. Nice cruise to sort you right out.
When I'm riding, I'm not even thinking about my painful cavity.
Oh, you shouldn't ignore that.
And every time I get stressed about having to pay my bills, I just hop on the bike, man.
Oh, come on, man. You gotta pay your bills.
You don't have to worry about anything when you're protected by America's #1 motorcycle insurer.
Well, you definitely do. Those things aren't related, so...
Oh, that is a vibrating pain.
We need your help. Go online, call, or scan this code to support WWF's global conservation efforts by symbolically adopting an elephant for only $12 a month. It's just 40 cents a day to protect wildlife and their habitats. Do it in the next 5 minutes, and you'll get this free adoption kit with this plush keepsake. Go online, call, or scan to help make a difference today.
Sometimes Jonah wrestles with falling asleep, so he takes ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, and wakes up feeling like himself. Get the rest to be your best with non-habit-forming ZzzQuil. Better days start with ZzzQuil Nights.
Big changes are coming to Medicare and your coverage could be affected. Even if you've had your plan for a while, you may need to rethink your options. Call Plan Enroll for your free Medicare coverage review. With access to plans from many leading insurance companies, our licensed insurance agents can help make sure you don't go to your doctor uncovered. They take time to learn about your needs personally. Then, when you're ready, they can help you enroll in the plan that fits you best. Take control of your coverage choices by calling Plan Enroll today.
Custom Ink helps us motivate our students with custom gear. We love how Custom Ink takes care of everything we need so we can focus on the kids.
We make it easy to wow all your groups with high-quality custom apparel, accessories, and promo products, all backed by our guarantee at customink.com.
Say goodbye to scooping this holiday season with Litter Robot, the highest-rated self-cleaning litter box that eliminates the chore of scooping while drastically reducing litter mess and odors, even in a multi-cat household. For a limited time, save up to $100 on Litter Robot bundles.
The government thought that showing the world separations, they would scare people that were attempting to come from coming.
It troubles me profoundly that it could happen again.
This is a story about getting away with treachery and coming back stronger.
These people don't disappear, they just go underground.
Heroes willing to face down tyranny and the risk to the country if they fail.
Rachel Maddow presents Ultra, Season 2 of the chart-topping original podcast. All episodes available now.
Tonight on The Readout.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the greatest capitalist in the history of the United States of America, Elon Musk.
Oh! The future is gonna be amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, amazing. Amazing for Elon Musk and the other billionaire oligarchs in Trump's orbit who are already reaping the financial rewards of the Trump sequel, while the rest of us can look forward to hardship, according to Musk. Also tonight, with less than 2 months until Trump takes office, we bring you our readout guide to navigating autocracy. Some of you have questions about what will happen to women, what will happen to same-sex marriages, what will mass deportation look like? Well, we have some of the very best experts to answer many of those questions. Plus, safeguarding democracy. Democratic governors are joining together to offer a unified resistance to the Trump administration. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker joins me. And my conversation with Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez on the Democrats' path back to power and what she learned